In this video, I will break down the 𝘼𝙤𝙜𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬 attack strategy at Town Hall 16. Here is my army composition with the link in the description. Now let's get right into the tutorial. First of all, pick the correct initial point. I recommend the farthest side from the Town Hall. Then make a proper funnel. Perform Royal Champion's Spirit Walk on one corner of the starting side and recall her after getting a minimal value. On the other corner, deploy Queen and Siege Barrack to deal with the trash buildings, which should create an L-shaped path inside the base. Lastly, spam the 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬. Drop everything you have left on the middle of the opening side and just speed run through the rest of the base. Let's kick off with the Royal Champion on a corner. Spirit Fox keeps the RC invisible after being deployed, so no need to use any spell in the first 4 seconds. But when the Fox becomes visible, we will use an Invis to keep them safe. We don't have to use back-to-back Invis, as the Fox ability will kick in soon after the spell runs out. In short, when the last digit is 6 on the clock, we need to drop an invisibility, and we are good to go. With this trick, you can easily get more than twice the value from the spells. Let's use the last Invis to get the scatter shot and get out of here with the Spirit Fox intact. We were able to cut out one corner. Now our main force will not be divided. We will deploy the Queen with early ability and the Siege Barrack to assist her. Skeleton spell to distract the mono. Then let's just drop the Ice Golem, Loons, Riders, followed by Healers, Volks, Mini Ward, Recalled Champion, everything on one spot. An early Rage to burst through the heavy compartment. We will wait for the 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬 bomb go off and then use the Warden's ability to heal everyone back to full HP while they are immune. Let's disable everything on the right to minimize damage and force the gang to go to the left. Here is the last Rage and Prince ability for the Town Hall compartment. Overgrowth has expired, but now that many of the heavy defenses are taken care of, 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬 can easily deal with the rest of the base. You can see why this strategy is used in competitive stages more than 60% of the time. Now let's speed things up here to go for another raid, as it's not possible to share every detail in just one attack. The Town Hall is placed at the center of this base. Against this type of layout, approaching from the side closest to Eagle Artillery is the best choice. Otherwise, its vast range will cause a huge problem if saved up for last. Since the artillery is located at the bottom corner, we have to send the RC from either the right or left corner. Since both corners are similar, the Spirit Walk can be done from either corner. After clearing this corner, we will extract the champion to use her later. So, from the other corner, Archer Queen and Siege Machine will be deployed to clean up this side, which will keep the main army inside the base. Then we will send the 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬, Valkyries, and the 2 remaining heroes with the healers behind. Spells will be used depending on the situation. Always deploy the RC before attack start timer goes to 0 seconds, or else the Spirit Fox cycle timing will be messed up. The invisibility spell takes half a second to land, so you need to drop it in advance when the clock is about to hit the 6-second mark. That means use the first spell at 56, second one at 46, third one at 36, and the last one at 26. Make sure to cover both the champion and the pet. If it dies early, you will not get the extra value from the Fox. Using Spirit Walk, you can get 10 seconds of invisibility using only one spell, which is too efficient. However, level 4 Invis and level 10 Spirit Fox are needed to execute this trick. In this scenario, I used back-to-back Invis because the pet was at 1 HP. It is completely worth it to sacrifice a little bit of value if it means the Fox survives. After all 4 spells are used, recall the Royal Champion along with her pet. Drop the Queen such that she stays outside and press her ability to spawn free healers. Drop the Barrack with her to assist her in funneling. For the remaining troops, you need to follow a sequence. The Ice Golem should be deployed first, so it can tank for the 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬 and some Coco Loons before the healers to trigger potential air traps. Make sure Warden is in ground mode before using him. You can use King instead of Minion Prince. I prefer Prince because he has a higher chance of sticking with the roots. Never mind my Warden's ability, my device lagged a little bit and the Eternal Tome was used by mistake. This army has 2 Rage. You should use one at the beginning and keep the second one for later. I always recommend saving up the Prince's ability for the back end of the base. My Warden ability was wasted. Just because of that, I'm using it a bit early to reduce the damage to my troops. Remember that the main purpose of the overgrowth is to make sure 𝘼𝙤𝙬𝙧𝙮𝙬𝙬 don't form multiple groups and go in different directions. So, use it when you feel like they're about to be divided. The best possible placement of the skeleton spell is near the monolith, which makes the scariest defense completely useless. That's everything about the best strategy in the game. Follow the steps correctly, and it is pretty much a guaranteed 3-star against any Town Hall level. If you have found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more educational Clash of Clans content. Have a good day, and I will see you later.